in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from not loving your coaching business. Most people aren't even focused on impacting their clients, making great income, and working less. They're usually stressed out trying to scale with setters, scale their ads, copy someone else's funnel, manage their sales teams, figure out which offer from $100 million leads is going to be the perfect offer so finally people will buy from them. And what I found out is what you don't need is a funnel. What you need is the model to which to follow. Most people aren't really lacking more leads, although that's a problem inside of the model. They're lacking clarity. If you had wisdom from the Lord on how to build your business and clarity on when to do certain things and how to do them, you wouldn't even have problems right now because you would know how to solve them with clarity. So this video is designed to take the fogginess out of your glasses. Let it be 2020 vision over what steps you need to take next in your coaching business from A to B. We're going to talk about offers, mindset, sales, marketing, team, and the funnels. I know you guys want to see the funnels that you need. And I'm basically going to show you what not to do. I'm going to limit all of your creativity into a box that's going to get you where you want to go. And I'm basically giving you a coloring book. Color inside of the lines of these models and you'll be super successful and you won't have to wonder what step to take next. So if you're sick and tired of wondering how to build your coaching business, look no more. Watch this whole video and I'm going to give you the blueprint.
In the next few minutes, I'm going to be showing you the model. Most people aren't just confused about the funnel. They're confused about the model. What model should you follow to build your business to align with your ethics and your goals so you're not stressed out and you also have certainty and clarity on how to move your coaching business forward? If you're watching this, you're probably an online coach, and this video will literally change everything for you if you apply it, even pieces of it. You probably got some momentum already, 5 or more testimonials. You've got an ad budget. You're decent at sales, and you have a genuine desire to build God's kingdom. You're just also wanting to make more income, impact, to build an authentic, loyal audience of people who understand you and your values, not just a niche. I'm talking about a family. You're wanting to stack recurring revenue and have time and location freedom. If that's you, please keep watching this video because I'm literally going to give you the roadmap, the model, the thing you've been looking for. And it's 5 pillars. You have to have the right mindset. Mindset, in the sense of what I'm talking about, comes down to your identity. You have to know who you are, ultimately by understanding whose you are. God created you for a purpose, on purpose, with passion, skills, and experience that you can use online to make an impact in other people's lives and make an income if you stick to the model, which is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the exact offers you need to create, and there's 3 of them, at the right time. I'm going to show you how to sell it with one of our insanely amazing audience building, audience growth, hacking funnels, the social funnels, if you will. I'm going to show you how to sell the program, whether it's on Zoom calls, DM closing, live challenge models, and I'm going to show you how to overcome objections. I'm going to give you the exact team structure that you need, but I'm not just going to do this in a bracket of, random ideas or a bucket of random ideas for you to go and figure out. Most people, whenever they make content, it's like a puzzle. They'll give you a piece of the puzzle, but they ask you to pay them to put it together. And I've noticed I've even fallen into this trap. But what I'm about to do in this video, guys, is I'm going to give you every single piece of the puzzle that you need, and I'm going to show you the order in which to put it together. I'm giving you the puzzle. So you don't even have to pay me anymore to get what I'm going to show you here. I'm giving it away for free. And I hope it helps you. I hope it blesses you. I hope it makes you a lot more money, and you can steward that money well to build your, life that you want to live. And ideally, there's a couple of people watching it who want to build God's kingdom, and that's why I'm giving this away. So, in regards to mindset, I just want to dive in really quick to this because it's going to set the whole baseline of the rest of the video. There's 2 things that your brain does. It has thoughts and it has beliefs, okay? Right now, you're watching this video and you have a thought of, I want more coaching clients, right? I want more out of my business. I want more blank. Put in the blank. Time freedom, money freedom, clients. You're sick and tired of wondering where your next client's coming from. You want less team members. You want more profit. You want to feel aligned with what you're doing, whatever it is. As soon as you put that in there, I want more money. It's a great thought, but the Bible says this in Proverbs, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So it's good to change your thoughts, but what we really need to change is your beliefs, because a lot of you will watch this video and go look in the mirror and say, but I can't, right? There's no way I could get more money. There's no way I could stack MRR. There's no way someone would buy my coaching program if I stopped doing one-to-ones. These are all thoughts. These are thoughts that are holding you back, that have turned into beliefs. So these are beliefs. And the only way to change your beliefs is over time and with truth. And I truly believe that if you start to do this with the word of God, and you start to get around people who have shown you what's possible. So time, truth, and I'll even add another one, work. Prove yourself wrong by doing the hard work, by investing in yourself, by going all in. Nothing is going to happen if you just sit there 50-50, halfway in, halfway out. We've got to go all in. And if you're going to keep watching this video, I'm asking you to make a decision right now at the very beginning. If you're not all in, click off this video. If you're not willing to put in the hard work, click off this video. If you're just somebody who's going to stay average for the rest of your life, click off this video. But if you're going to go all in and you're willing to make the changes that it's going to take to get where you want to go, stick around. Because now we're talking about offers. Most online coaches have been taught the high ticket model, which I do love. And this is where probably you're at right now watching this video. You have a scalable high ticket offer. You're probably making anywhere from, $5,000 to even $50,000 a month, maybe a little more, but you're on the edge of burnout if you're farther than that. And you're like, yo, dude, like we're pushing this to the max. I see you're making 100, 200K a month. I see these other guys on YouTube doing it. How on earth did you get there? I'm going to show you how, step by step. So first, you have a high ticket offer, right? It's a mixture of your purpose, your passion, and your skills. That's why people are paying you money. Or you come into our program and you're like, yo, Brandon, honestly, I'm not passionate about this anymore, and I don't feel any purpose in it. I want to restart. We help a lot of people do that too, because a lot of people don't even like their business. But once we get the perfect scalable high ticket offer, we scale it, and then we launch another 2 offers that I'm going to be breaking down to you in this video. So the offers, phase 1 of your offer is you have a scalable high ticket offer. Most of you already have that are watching this video. You're probably charging anywhere from 1.5K to $15,000. You have a weekly payment option or a pay in full option. It's 16 weeks long. If you don't have the weekly, we'll show you how to set that up. And then after the end of the 16 weeks, most people don't kick people out of their programs. They just stay in forever. Or you're selling a 12-month program. Basically, you're coaching people for too long. So we're going to show you how to cut that down. And it might be a little longer than 16 weeks for you. It might be less, but that's what we suggest. And then you're going to start to stack monthly recurring revenue ongoing. At the time of me recording this video, we have over $80,000 a month of recurring revenue. And a lot of it comes from people who just don't want to leave our program. They love what we do and they want to stick around for the long term. The deliverables of this is group coaching, course, community, and then access to all live events. Right? So notice I didn't put one-to-one coaching. So if you're doing one-to-one coaching, I'm going to show you how to get out of that. And I didn't put one-to-one onboarding. If you're doing that, I'm going to show you how to get out of that too. This is typically where we see people go from about $0 to $25,000 a month. Once you're above 25K per month, I want to help you go into phase 2. You're watching this video and you're like, Brandon, I feel called to go to the next level. How'd you do it? What'd you do? And I realized I've never made a video explaining step by step what I did to get where I'm at. So I'm giving it to you now. This is a game changer offer right here. Number 2, a high ticket intimate offer. This is phase number 2. And I launched this around 50K per month. So 0 to 25, once you're around 25 or more, I think it's okay, depending on the number of clients, to start working on offer number 2 in the offer stack, right? So offer number 2 is between $10,000 and $25,000. And you're like, yo, Brandon, who would pay me that? I have a lot of fitness coaches charging this price point to people who want intimate coaching. Now, remember, this can be paid on a pay in full version or a weekly version. And if you want to have, lower numbers, it's maybe a 6K to 15K. I'd be okay with that in some situations. But this is going to be your mastermind. Okay. They can either pay in full for a discount, or you can have people pay on a weekly invoice because people joined offer number one. Now they're ascending into offer number two. And I'm totally okay with people joining my mastermind on a weekly basis. We have probably $60,000 a month of recurring revenue just from this offer. It's 16 weeks, but they have an option to keep going after. This one gets group coaching, course, community, live events are required, and there are one-to-ones as needed. So people do get one-to-one help from me here. And this is really a combination of my purpose and skill because people in this program aren't just getting the outcome of getting to the next level. They're really becoming the person that it takes to get to this level, and they're working intimately with me. So if you're a fitness coach and you have a group coaching fitness offer, you'd be shocked at how many of your clients would actually upgrade into the next container. So offer number two is a high ticket, intimate mastermind. And what you really want to do is optimize for monthly recurring revenue on this one. So I almost get happier when people pay on a weekly invoice than when people pay in full. Okay. So this is the program you're going to optimize for recurring revenue. It's high intimacy, high purpose. You're talking about higher level things, and you're taking people to a next transformation. Once you have that, you should be very close, if not already at $100,000 per month, right? And now that you're there, the thing that's going to get you where you want to go is offer number three. This is what I'm implementing now. And again, these numbers are relative. This could be 50,000 for you. It could be 200,000. I did $200,000 a month before I ever implemented this. So it's just a rough estimate of how I would do things differently if I could start over. But the third offer you're going to launch, because the first two build your audience, right? We're teaching you how to run follower ads, subscriber ads. You're going to get a lot of people into your world. So what you need to do is then launch a third offer, which is actually going to play really well into your ascension model, but it is a monthly recurring membership. Okay. Anywhere from $45 a month to $297. They can cancel at any time. They're going to get group coaching, a course, community. Live events are optional, but they have to pay. And this is really just a purpose, passion project where it's mass market. People from your podcast can join, your YouTube can join, super low barrier to entry. But essentially, people are going to go from the membership into the first offer, which is the high ticket scalable offer. And then they're going to upgrade again into the mastermind. The problem is most coaches are only selling one offer and they're maxing it out at like 20 to even 70K per month. You could hit 100 with one offer for sure, but you have to have a plan on where to go next. And what I suggest is number one, scalable high ticket. Number two, launch your mastermind. And then once you have an audience, start launching lower ticket recurring revenue to stack it up. So after you implement phase three, this is what your coaching business should look like. You should have 3 containers, and all of them should be adding on monthly recurring revenue. Ongoing coaching here. Most people pay recurring here, and everyone pays recurring here. And you should be almost doing 7 figures per year with just recurring revenue. Now, again, this is not going to be easy, but it is super simple. Step number one, get your high ticket scalable offer to $25,000 a month. Depending on what you're selling, you could probably push to 70 to 80, and then implement number two, high ticket intimate MRR offer. Even if you added an extra $10,000 a month of MRR, by month number 4, you're going to have 40K of MRR plus what you were already doing. You're going to be at 100K plus per month, and all of your ads are going to be covered by MRR. Then you're going to start selling more MRR here after the people finish up their time, and you're going to be probably at like 120K a month MRR. And then you're going to add in a mass market model to reach more people. Okay. So this is the offer stack and the offers that we're teaching people to set up inside of our program. Now, let's talk about what most people, drool over and really put a ton of their time, energy into is the funnel. Okay. The funnel. What funnel should you run? We teach 3 approaches. Number 1 is Instagram. Once you get Instagram cooking, you're going to move on to YouTube. And now that you have YouTube cooking, Instagram cooking, what we teach is to take the principles you learn from these 2 and apply it all over the place. One of our clients, Talon, literally took the Instagram funnel, tested it on YouTube, and it's crushing. So holistic approach is whenever you start to make up your own thoughts about the funnel. The first funnel is the IG growth funnel. And most of you have probably already seen this YouTube video where I basically give this whole thing away for free. But essentially, the top of funnel is follower ads and DM thread ads to get you more messages and followers. But the key here is the offer. The scalable high ticket offer is what we're going to run this to first. And the key is that it is the right niche that has money. And then that messaging in these ads hits people that are literally in pain, desiring an outcome, and willing to make a change. If that's the case, these ads work almost every time to get you more messages and followers that then are going to turn into DM conversations. And you can scale this by hiring a setter. And then once you get the funnel working, we're going to throw in some retargeting ads. Okay. So the 3 ads are follower ads, DM ads, retargeting ads, and they all lead to your setter. Your setter is going to book calls with people that are good fits and ask them to watch your video sales letter before. It's just a 30-minute program breakdown video. If they watch this video, they're going to go from cold to hot leads. That way, every single person that is a call taken is warm and already knows who you are, what you do, how you do it. You should, or your closer should close 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4, which turns into a super scalable ROI. Now, I am going to preface all this with this funnel does work if what you're selling works. So if you have a bad offer, it won't work. And if you don't have a deep conviction in what you do, it probably won't work. And if you're not good at sales, it's not going to sell itself. So the funnel really is just a magnifying glass. It's there to amplify who you already are. And most of you guys are probably already running this one anyway by now. And if you're not, you should go check out my video and start implementing it. This funnel should definitely, if you do everything correctly, get you close to $25,000 a month. Obviously, results are never, ever guaranteed, but this is the approach I would take. Now that you're at 25K per month at least, you need to be diversifying your funnels. You need to be running ads on YouTube. These are going to be the best, most qualified leads. We're going to be able to nurture people super, super deeply. And this is how it works. It's the same thing as far as the offer goes. You have to talk to people that have money and have the right messaging in a subscriber ad and boosting your VSL ads. Now, you don't actually use the YouTube boost feature, but I do have a YouTube training on this exact funnel. But essentially, we're trying to get more people to watch your VSL, okay, and more people to subscribe to you. So instead of subscribers, instead of followers, now it's subscribers. Instead of messages, now it's views of your VSL, okay? And if you do this well, essentially, you're going to get more views of your videos, your VSL, your story video, and all of them are selling the call. Now that the booked call has taken place, they're going to go through an automation sequence where they all watch your VSL. The call's taken, and you should definitely close 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4 of these leads because they, in my opinion, are the hottest leads you will ever get for your online coaching business. If you implement this well, you should go from 25K per month over the course of the next 3 to 6 months to $100,000 per month. Now, again, results are never, ever, ever guaranteed. I'm just telling you exactly what I did and how I did it to get to these numbers. So also, as you start implementing phase 2 of your funnel, which is YouTube, you will have launched your high ticket mastermind. So you can start telling people about that. And you're going to be stacking recurring revenue all throughout the process, as well as signing up people high ticket. And then ultimately, once you're at phase number 3, which is the holistic funnel, you're going to start combining your funnels into an approach that is multi-platform. Essentially, you have 2 types of ads at the top of funnel, which are audience growth and inbound messages, right? You're getting messages. And then you're going to have your retargeting ads. These work on YouTube. These work on TikTok. These work on Facebook. These work on Instagram. And essentially, you're optimizing on every platform for either messages or growing your audience. Then they're going to start watching your content on all platforms. You're going to have an email list going where you're dropping emails to your YouTube videos. You're going to have a text list going, and your setter's going to be sending DMs. And then they move into your sales process. And each of your 3 offers, remember, will have a different sales process. So that's why I put sales process. And they're going to watch your value videos, whether that's a value where you're selling in the DMs or they're getting on calls with the closer. Nonetheless, then they're going to be enrolling through a holistic funnel. And this is what took me from here to where we're at today, right? By merging the approaches into a holistic funnel. So here's the funnels. And I want to emphasize again, the most important funnel really is number 3. This is whenever you already have your Instagram funnel cooking, YouTube is crushing, and now you get to take what you learned with us and apply it and get creative for what works best for your audience. For your sales process, we're going to use 3 approaches. And this is the 3 that we use and really, go all in on teaching. But ultimately, the whole reason we're here is for the 3 S's. We're here to serve people in a simple, scalable way. Okay. And the simple, scalable way that I've found to do this at first is Zoom calls where you're doing them and then you have a closer taking them. Once you have enough trust built up, you can start DM closing with your VSL and your doc. And then eventually you could start doing live challenges where you just pitch to a group of people. And the main thing we need to do is overcome objections in 2 places, on the calls or with our doc, and mainly with our content. That way people come to our calls without ever having objections. But anyone who tells you they don't have objections is lying, because you'll always have objections, even if you're the best marketer in the world. However, the goal is to get rid of 99% of them and then know how to overcome the 1% of objections you still get. So, number 1 way we suggest doing this is Zoom calls, right? So the point of the Zoom call is they load in and we're trying to get them from not being a client to making a decision that's actually going to benefit them. And there's usually 5 objections that come up on the calls with your closers or with you. And 2 of them are smoke screens. 3 of them are real objections. And the goal, again, is to knock these out with your content. That way you don't have to deal with them on the call. But the first 2 are, I need to talk to my business partner, or I need to think about it. 99% of the time, these are just smoke screens, right? They're just saying these 2 things because really one of these is holding them back. So the key is to knock these out so you can uncover the real reason. And it's always one of these 3: fear, logistics, or money. So if you can knock these out with your content and with your sales process, then these people will sign up into your coaching program. And again, 99% of you watching this video right now are already doing this. So the next thing we teach is DM sales. Again, you still have the same objections, and I'm going to show you step by step how to switch into DM closing. So essentially, you're going to go to your DM chats. You're going to have your intro message like you always do, leverage. Instead of selling the call, you're going to sell the VSL, and the VSL should start to chip away at any of these objections, build urgency, and really get them to transition into the buying mindset. After they confirm with you that they've seen the VSL, you're going to send them the offer doc. So sell the offer doc, meaning, yo, check this out. It's going to have the info, the pricing. It's going to build urgency and proof that you can help them. And that's going to cause them to come to a point in the conversation where they decide either they're in or they're out, right? And the goal is to get people in and become clients. And if you do this effectively with a good VSL video and a banger offer doc, you don't even have to take sales calls anymore. If you build enough value out there in the marketplace, people are just going to want to work with you. And the third way, which is pretty awesome, is to do monthly challenges. And again, this is all focused on simple, scalable, and ideally, your heart is to serve more people. Essentially, this is where you sell on Zoom, but instead of selling 1-to-1, now you're selling 1-to-many. You still have the same objections, and you're going to cover that in your challenge, but you pitch to a group of people, whether you have 10 people live, 10,000, and the goal is that some of them, if you have enough proof, trust, and urgency, take action on your offer, and you could make a lot of money in just one day. And we've done this several times with our live challenges, and it works really, really well. Okay, so the objections are these 5 things. So if I were you, I would take a picture of this and start to chip away at it in your content. For instance, I don't like when people get on calls with me and say I need to think about it. So if you're thinking about joining our program, do some more thinking and then book in a call. And then don't get on the call and tell us that, I need to talk to my business partner, because that's something you should have already done before you ever booked a call with us. Or ideally, even better, bring your business partner to the call. And one of the best ways to overcome smoke screens is have a call sequence automation where after they book a call, you tell them, hey, remember, do some thinking about it and research before the call. And if you have a business partner, make sure they show up. And then as far as the fear goes, the way you overcome this in your content is by showing so much proof and sending case studies and showing people how people just like them overcame that situation, and comfort them by showing your heart and who you are as a person, that you really care about your students. So if you really care about your students, you'll notice you get this objection a lot more. The second thing is logistics. If you don't have a computer, you don't have ad money, you don't have a coaching business, logistically, like this isn't going to work for you. So just tell people what they need in advance before they get on the call. So for instance, if you're a health coach that's coaching people on how to lose weight on a vegan diet, don't expect someone to get on a call and buy from you if you teach how to lose weight on a carnivore diet. Logistically, they're a vegan and you teach eating meat. It's not going to work together, not because of fear or money, but because it's not the right fit. So make sure your content explains who your ideal client is and what they need tool wise to actually take action. And then the third thing is money. Make sure you're talking to people that have money and paint the picture that they need to have money available to get help with your coaching. So if you do these 5 things in your content well, you're never going to have to worry about your sales process working again because it's just going to work because you're genuinely serving people. It's simple, it's scalable, and you're just honest up front about who you work with and who you don't. So let's talk about the last piece of the model, which is your team. Culture is created or allowed. So if you're allowing sales reps to have bad closing rates, allowing people not to show up on time, that's the culture of your company, and you've either created it yourself or allowed it. So culture is a big piece. The second thing is I have a family culture. So I like to work with people that I literally enjoy doing life with and would hang out with in person. My team members came to our live event. We were literally playing Madden, roasting each other the whole time. So you want to create a family culture, and then you also want to have vision. The Bible says, without vision, people perish. So if your team members don't even know what you're trying to build or where you're trying to go, you're never going to get any momentum. And this is what a fully stacked out team looks like. You have the visionary, integrator, closer, setter, and content manager. And I'm going to show you how each of them work and the order you should be hiring to build your coaching team. Right. So number one, phase one is it's just you and you're doing the closing, you're doing the setting, you're doing the coaching, you're doing everything and the content. And you're like watching this video like, man, I want to build an amazing business like Brandon did, but it's just me. Well, don't worry. Once you start, running some ads, getting more people in, you're going to have more money. Then you can make your first hire, which is an appointment setter. This is so you can get more calls, so you can serve more people, help more people, and stay in your vein of being a great coach, right? And not have to be in your DMs all day. With you and a setter alone, you'll increase your business significantly because they're able to do a lot more work and you're going to get a lot more book calls and sales opportunities, which leads us to number 2. Now that you're making more money with your setter, phase number 3 is you need to be putting out more content and you don't need to be the one editing it and posting it anymore. We're going to bring on a fractional content manager, someone to help you edit your videos, post your videos, and get that off your plate, which is then in turn going to mean you have so many sales calls you're currently taking that you can't scale any further. So we're going to bring on a closer. Now you're going to have your setting going, your content going, your sales going. So you're going to be full on visionary mode. And you might not even ever need to go into phase 5. But if you do, what you can do next is hire an integrator. This is where you start to step up in the business and you're basically getting vision from the Lord or from your mentors or from your whiteboard. And you're like, yo, this is where we're going. And you tell your integrator and they start integrating it into your team members. You'll start having weekly L10 meetings. Your integrator will track KPIs of your closer, your content manager, your setter, the overall business, and report up to you what's happening. And if it's in alignment with your vision, you'll keep going. So anytime you have a new idea, instead of going and telling your setter and your closer, like, yo, I'm thinking about doing this, and then they all get confused, what you'll do instead is just tell your integrator, and your integrator has this one powerful word that they're allowed to tell you, and it's no. So sometimes as a visionary, your ideas are bad. I have a lot of bad ideas. My integrator tells me, and whenever he tells me no, I think about it and I'm like, okay, you're right. Maybe we shouldn't do this yet. Oftentimes they'll say yes, and they'll start integrating it down into the team. That way no one's confused and the ship is rowing in the same direction in accordance to your written vision. I've helped enough online coaches to know that you might have mastered most of these, but every single person watching this video could improve in an area. Maybe you're like sick and tired of taking Zoom calls and you're like, yo, I want to switch to DM closing. Or maybe you've been DM closing and you want to learn how to build a sales team to collect more cash. Maybe you're like, yo, I feel like I'm finally ready for a live challenge model. Or you've just been scaling your high ticket, coaching, but you have no MRR on the back of it. Or maybe you have both of those set up and you're like, yo, Brandon, I want to launch a mastermind. Or maybe you've already launched your mastermind and you have no MRR. Or maybe you have MRR on both of those and you're like, dude, I want to launch a membership. And maybe you're just like, yo, I think I want to shut my business down because I'm not happy. I have no purpose, no passion. And the skill that I've been coaching is something that I don't want to do anymore. Maybe you're watching and you're like, yo, Brandon, I need to implement ads. Like, I didn't even know funnels were, as simple and possible of scaling as they are. Or maybe you're like, dude, I have the wrong team structure and I'm not a good visionary because I don't have an integrator. Whatever the case may be.
All right, guys, if this helped you, resonated with you, and you're like, yo, Brandon, I just want help getting this clarity. I want your advice on how to implement this model. What I want you to do is click the link down below and book in a time to chat with us. On that call, I'm just gonna evaluate where you're at currently in regards to the model and show you some areas where we can improve, and then show you how we can speed up the process by potentially working together. Again, if you're an online coach, you wanna make more impact and get really clear just on what you're building, how you're gonna build it in this next season, click the link down below and we'll chat soon.